What's up YouTube, Mr. Lemessy here, and today we're going to be starting off the Hammerdin guided playthrough in Diablo 2 Resurrected. It is actually mind-blowing to me that I do not have a Hammerdin guided playthrough in Diablo 2 Resurrected. I only have the one from LOD. I could have sworn that I had done one in D2R, but I guess not. So let us start the character here.
Hammerdin.
Thank you, Cinder. And let's talk through. Paladin is a strong class, right? He's got it all. This is probably the best overall class in Diablo 2. He gets 3 life per vitality point, which is really nice. He has insanely good blocking, especially with Holy Shield. I can go to this really fast and move myself out of the way. Holy Shield gives crazy good blocking. There's a ton of different builds you can do for him. But we will do Hammer Time, Solomon, thank you, with the strongest, probably arguably strongest build of the Paladin, the most iconic build of the Paladin, I feel like, and go from there. So let's go ahead and start the character out. I'm going to set it to players 8. If you want to change the player count, this is in offline mode. You can type /players space 1 to 8, and it will simulate as if there are more or less players in the game. Less down to the 1, right? All the way up to players 8. So on players 8, all of the monsters are going to have a lot more health, but they're also going to drop more items. They're going to deal more damage. They're going to give me more experience, etc. So being on a higher player count early on can be really nice just to kind of speed things up a little bit. You do not have to do this. You can stay on players 1 the entire time that you play through the game. It is totally fine. Again, if you are offline, you're going to be staying on players 1 anyways. But this is just something that you can do in the offline mode, is this. We will find the den. I'm going to put my first point into sacrifice and set that as my swing. It actually has a really nice damage in the early game. So we will start with this. And I'm actually going to take you guys through the same build that I use for speedrunning with a slight twist to it. So we will actually start out. Second point, we'll go to Might Aura. Crazy, man, dog. We'll go to Might Aura here, and I'm just picking up stuff that's worth gold, right? Right now, my main agenda, I don't really care for a shield, is getting enough money so I can buy a scepter, because scepters just hit harder. Sometimes the scepters are too expensive. If that's the case, you can just go back to the Cold Plains, come back to town, the shop will refresh. You can keep shopping till you find one for 350 gold. Since I have extra gold, I will also go ahead and buy these, and we'll get a couple stamina potions. Points, we're going to jam vitality for the most part to start, but we will put in some energy actually. Energy is really useful with the start. And like I said, I'm going to show you more of the speed run, and I'm also on players 8 in the den here, and I'm going to stick on that because you can see just with Might Aura and sacrifice, I do 20 to 44 damage per shot, which is insane to do at level 3, right? It's like an absurd amount of damage at level 3, but that's just how it is between those two. So I can stay on players 8 and one-shot most things and two-shot many. But it's you do a lot of damage early on. So pretty much every other character you're gonna drop the player count when you go in the den. But this one, your early damage is just so much. So yes, there are essentially a few different ways that you can work towards hammers. Because again, Blessed Hammer is level 18, right? So if I'm gonna be a Hammerdin, but starting out, I can't just be a Hammerdin, right? I have to like work into being a Hammerdin. So what am I doing for the first 17, 18 levels? And there's a few options. Number one is just going like Holy Fire, right? You can just go Holy Fire with Zeal if you want or whatever. Holy Fire does insane early damage. It's probably my recommendation to you all, but I think I have a Zeal Paladin playthrough where I do that already, at least for that start. And so I want to change it up a little bit here and we'll do a different build. But if that's it, literally just every point you can just put into Holy Fire. You can put earlier points into Resist Fire for the added fire damage, and then you'll just do hundreds of damage every swing. You can have 1 point in Zeal, and you're good to go, right? Otherwise, for us here, I'm going to put this 3rd point into Smite. The reason is at level 12, I do want to get Charge, because Charge is really useful. And we will just continue with a little bit more Vitality right now. When I'm going in the den, I'm mainly focusing on killing these shamans first because they do resurrect all their low fallens. And we will just keep moving and grooving here. So, kill everything in the den. You should be able to get close to level 6 coming out of the den, which is ideal. So yeah, I said you could go Holy Fire. You could also do a Thorns build if you wanted, where you just let stuff hit you and die. It's kind of a fun one to do. And then you can do, you know, if you wanted, you could do like Smite, whatever. But in this one, we're going to do Holy Bolt, which has its ups and downs, and I will show you and talk about those as we go through them. 2 monsters remain, and here they are. New ladder starts December 6th. Okay, so we finish the den. Once you get the light, you're good to go. We'll go talk to Akara. I'll identify some stuff, get a little bit more gold. I'll get some mana potions here. Make sure I get some stamina potions as well, which I already have. And we are good to go. We can save these points here. And I'll go Vitality. So I will do Energy in the next piece. I'm still players 8. And my goal here is still get to level 6. So I'm just going to kind of kill some random dudes as I run around Cold Plains until we hit 6. Now at 6, I get a point into Holy Bolt. And your next point you can honestly put into whatever. If you want, you can put it into Resist Cold, just so you can't be colded. You can put it into Thorns if you want. You can put it into Holy Fire for the pulsing. I think it's kind of fun to have in Thorns that monsters hurt themselves as they attack you. And it's not a lot, but it'll be, you know, a little bit here and there. Additionally, I'm going to set Holy Bolt as my main, and I'm going to put some points into energy now. So, again, Holy Bolt. Let's talk a little bit about it. It used to not be nearly as good, but they buffed it in D2R, so it deals damage to demons and undead. So the really nice thing about that is now you get a lot more mobs that you're able to kill with it. And the beautiful thing is, one, it's pretty strong. I'm on players 8. I can knock mobs out pretty quickly. It has an AoE because it just shoots straight through, right? So I can line them all up and shoot back, and that can be really nice. Now, what are the downsides of Holy Bolt? It only hits demons and undead. So, thankfully in Act 1, a majority of the monsters are going to be demons or undead. And you can see right here, this is a boss group. We'll go ahead and fight them. But if there were, for instance, some raptors, those birds flying around out here, we would not be able to hit them. So we would have to skip them. Right? The problem, Holy Bolt Piercing is new in D2R as well. Oh, there you go. So they really buffed it in those ways. The problem is, you will not find that anymore when you get to Act 2. So in Act 1, it's like, hey, this is nice. In Act 2, pretty much none of the monsters are demons and undead. There's like so few of them. So you can't really take this build. And we're just going to continue Holy Bolting, and we will save that 1 point for charge at level 12, by the way. Also, I will go more energy. Now, the entire Arcane Sanctuary, some of the Halls of the Dead, a couple of the bird groups in the outside world. So you can find them. But for the most part, stuff you're running across is not going to be a demon or undead. And you literally will have no way to kill them, with the exception of letting them kill themselves by attacking your thorns. Thankfully, we can get to level 18 before we get to Act 2 with this build, because we can kill stuff all on players 8. And you can see right there. Just level up again. That's great. So we can get to hammers before we get there. Or if you did like in speedrun strategies, you rush to the Arcane Sanctuary, and then you kind of switch into hammers and then go back and do the other pieces. So there are some strategies for, you know, how to do it. And I won't be taking you guys through that exactly, because I don't want it to be too crazy. That's something that I don't think belongs in a guided playthrough, where it's like, okay, now you're in Act 2 and you have to like zip past all the mobs in the Viper Temple and not fight them because you can't fight them, and that's too much. So instead, we're just going to get to level 18 here in Act 1, and then we will move forward. Now, what am I stopping to kill? Why am I stopping to kill it? The main thing that I'm focusing on is things like this right here. Chaos Drool, right? Any of the boss groups that have unique boss names, Stone Maim right here, I want to kill him, and I want to kill all of his minions. You can see these say undead-minion. The minion piece, very important there, right? So I want to kill them. The reason is because they give 500% experience. Okay. So they're a higher level in the area, and then additionally they give 500% experience. And then when you're on players 8, that's even more.
In the pit. If it's Tyriel's might, we'll donate 100.
Dang. Bro, I was hoping it was Tyriel's either way for you anyways. That's crazy. Good luck. Thank you for the 5. Is that 500% or plus 500%? I don't know. Probably just 500%. Either way, it's a lot more experience. So I will generally kill either big groups of things, but you can see like spike fiends are not demon or undead, so I do not hurt them. So I do not fight them. But these are demons. These are demons. There's a lot of demons in Act 1, Act 4, Act 5 is where you'll find them. Act 2 and 3, you do not find many demons or undead. When we get to the Black Marsh here, our main goal is to find the waypoint and the tower. Thought it might be a river map. Unfortunate. And I can, like I say, if I want, I can kill some groups of, you know, little mobs here and there. You can always kill as much or as little as you want. Champions are 300% experience, so they're not quite as good as the unique packs. Some champion packs are champion fallens and beetles and those ones, but Only the ones that have like minions with them. Doesn't say minion, but they have that. But otherwise, they can still be really nice. No way, Technologic. Get out of here. You found Tyraels? What? Let's go.
Tyraels, my pog.
That's insane. GG, dude. What a find. Give that guy the clap. Technologic with the Tyraels Might and the Hundo Dono. Wow. I mean, just crazy in all sorts of ways. Let's go, man. That's sick. Tyraels Might's still some of my best memories. When Moo Girl found it with me. In terms of items, all I really want, you're shaking. I get it. Trust me, I get it. You want a 2 open socket helmet and 2 open socket armor. This is going to be for, oh, there's the tower right above it. Stealth, Talon, Ethrune will go in here. This is actually really useful in this character. The FCR is super nice. And the FRW and such. And then the cap, you can make a lore runeward later on with that. You can also just put like Ral or Tier or Tier whatever in there for some like fire res, for whatever. So honestly, many times I like to grab multiple 2 open socket caps if I can, just so I can have like one that I use now, and one that I, will then save for Lore Helm and Nightmare later. You could make a Nadir as well in it if you wanted. I'm not super hot on Nadir, but I mean, it's fine. So we're going to run the tower for the runes. This is going to be the best place to get the runes, right? So we will do that. I am going to, again, continue all points to Holy Bolt, with the exception of the 1 bonus point I'm saving. We will put into charge when we get there. On the tower floor, you will have 0 boss groups sometimes, very rarely, but it does happen. I'd say maybe like once every 20 floors or something. You'll have a floor without a boss group. The rest of the time, you generally have 1 boss group, with the exception of sometimes when you have a very specific L-shaped tile, I like to call it. It'll come with a boss group most of the time. So you can get 2 boss groups on that level sometimes. And there we go. We now have Holy Bolt in charge. And we'll do some more energy and energy, just to give ourselves a little bit more. Thank you. Hey, move. Hey, yo. We'll go ahead and grab the small charms. Grab the amulet. I really want to find just more like FCR gear, honestly. So we'll see what we can get. And then I'll go ahead and start going back to Vitality now. I'm up to 35 energy. You could go more energy as well if you want. You could go up to 45, 50, whatever. Okay, now, before we kill the Countess, I'm going to drop to players 1. The reason, you can spawn her on players 8, that's fine. But you need to kill her on players 1. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Why during... Never during the speed runs, but every time when we... It's ridiculous. Okay. Alright. So we just got a first try stealth. You can make it while you're wearing it, but obviously I don't get the benefit until I actually turn 17. Also, I have this tier rune. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my helm for now because 2 mana per kill is really nice. Again, really looking for FCR here. That's just crazy, man. 3 light res. I like that on charm. 2 to energy I'll take. So really, mana, life, FCR. It's kind of the main things I'm aiming for. I can't believe that. You probably are not going to get a first try stealth. You'll probably have to do many times down there. And like I was saying before, the Countess you want to kill on players 8 or players 1 because she actually has a weird drop table where it's different from every other monster in the game, where you'll have a better chance of getting her rune drops on a lower player count. If you kill her on players 8, you will most likely get 1 rune drop. It's like almost guaranteed. It's very rare you get more than 1. But on players 1, you'll get 2, you'll get 3, sometimes you get 4. I'm going to go ahead and do another tower run. You don't have to. As soon as you get the stealth, you can definitely move forward. But I'm going to do another one just for the experience, right? Like, killing the boss groups is really nice here. So, that is not true, binary. Whenever you go down on player count, you can set her. Basically, player count always takes the lowest value of whichever one has all the things that have spawned with her. Hey, another 2 socket if we want it. Okay. There's another boss group there, and then again, we will kill her on players 1. And just an Ethrin this time. So, you can farm here as much as you'd like. Once you get to 17, the tower really starts to become ineffective. So I wouldn't really recommend killing stuff much beyond that. But until level 17, you can do a lot. Go have a ball. Okay. We will continue forward. Oh my gosh, Technologic. Go farm the Countess, though. Or, I mean, the Andy. Alright. So, there's boss group again. This is also an area I like to kind of pick up mobs and shoot back anyways. Can be nice. I also like to collect chip gems, and the reason is because you can use them to re-roll later, which can give you some chances at getting plus to blessed hammers, which can be very useful. Now, additionally, especially because this is a guided playthrough and whatever, for many of you guys, you may not care to be 100% solo self-found with this, right? You might be fine sharing some gear over, you might be fine sharing some gold over, whatever it is. So you can shop for some plus to blessed hammer later on. And that can be really nice. And something I'd actually recommend you do prior to 18 if you really want, just to be able to see it a little bit better. But regardless. I also like the Imbue quest to try and hit some plus blessed hammers as well. But again, that's because I'm not going to be sharing anything over, so that's just going to be if I get it. If I get it, I get it. If not, we don't. So we'll kill some champions. This is the champion shaman pack I was talking about. That's really good because each one of these little guys as well, the little fallens, actually gets the 300% experience bonus as well. So there's actually a lot of experience in these groups. Whereas the other champion groups, not nearly as exciting.
This will help the sisters turn
Okay,
the tide against
so we level up, we're 16. And we will head down. We got the Malice. I like to get that. You don't have to, again, optional, but I like using it for an imbue on this character. For some, you know, it can be useful. Okay, so there's actually a boss group. You can see. So there's a boss group in this hidden area. I bet you didn't know there was a hidden area right there that you could actually access through that wall. You might have known the other one, but
I am overburdened.
a lot of people don't know about that one. Always fun little secrets to learn in this game. Okay, level 1 done. Jail level 2. More champions. Again, not quite as good for experience, but still something nice. You just picked up D2R. Nice. Yeah, it's on sale right now. Maybe not right now for those watching on YouTube, but is that secret area always in the jail? If you have that tile, that secret area is there, yes. But you won't always have that tile, no. D2R goes on sale often. Also, level 2, I'm going to head over here because there's a boss, guaranteed boss group on level 2 over here. And since we want to hit 18 before we get out of this act, there's that tile again. We will come over here and do so. Okay. So just more fun experience to be had. No boss here, just a random group. Now, whenever I'm looking for money, things that I like to pick up are staves, orbs, and you know, you can find some nice necro heads or wolf heads. You can find scepters, wands, anything with plus skills is really nice. Additionally, armors can be good. The kind of heavier the armor, the better, right? When you start getting your like breastplates and scale mails, and I know breastplate is technically light armor, but you know, scale mails and chain mails and splint mails and all that stuff, they'll start being worth a few thousand. And then once eventually you start working into the higher level, right, your exceptionals and elite armors, your serpent skin armors and worm hides and all those things, then the values start to get even more. So can be a nice way to pick some of that up and get some more gold. Is Holy Bolt better than Zeal / Holy Fire? So, like I say, I would recommend Holy Fire for ease, but since I already have that with the Zeal guided playthrough, I wanted to offer another alternative. Plus, I feel like Holy Bolt and Hammers kind of go more hand in hand anyways. Right. Holy Bolt is technically faster and used in speedruns, but Magisto with the 200 biddies. Thank you so much. So Hawk Helms, Fanged Helms, those can be good for money as well. And we now have our stealth active also, which is really nice. I'll continue killing bosses. And again, this is me only really killing bosses and just going through 2 towers. And I'm already 17 and a half, coming up on 18. So getting to 18 in Act 1's really not that difficult for this character. Which is nice. No level 2 there. When you find it, you gotta get naked. Oh yeah, Technologic does not have any clothes on right now. Since he found the materials. Something that could be interesting talked about is difference between hardcore and softcore prioritization. So really it's just like a mega focus on survivability, right? I can't quite respec, I'm not 18 yet. That is really the big difference. I am majorly focused on survivability. Now let's put these on, I guess. When I am playing hardcore. More so than anything, right? That's like everything. When I'm playing softcore, you can take more risk. You can go for more damage. You can go for, you know, just go for the plus skills instead. So a great example might be in softcore, I'm wearing a lore helm. +1 all skills, 30 light res, some mana per kill, etc. Right? 10 energy. In hardcore, I'm probably putting on a 3-socket helm and putting Ral Ort in it to get 90 resistances instead to top up my lightning res and get my fire better, right? Like, I'm doing more of those sorts of things. Also, level 2, you can grab the waypoint if you want. You know, normal Indario is not like an amazing person to farm, but you can find some Blood Fists, you can find some Hisaris boots and belts, you can find some basic pieces. So, it's not horrible. What a week, what a year you found Tyrael's mate. Let's see, you said, I found Death's Fathom, Burr Rune, sold your almost perfect torch. That's right, you said you sold your like 1820 torch or whatever. But now you got Tyrael's, so. That's insane. GG. So yeah, that's the biggest difference. And then probably as well how much stuff you kill. I would say softcore versus hardcore. In hardcore, I'm leveling up more. I'm killing more things. And I'm also killing more stuff before I advance, like through an area. So what I mean by that is in softcore, thank you, Angry, I might like run past a boss first and then turn around to fight it. In hardcore, I'm not always going to do something like that. Because a lot of times when I do that, it ends up being a bad idea. I die, right? Because then there's another boss group beyond it, and then I'm kind of in this really unsafe spot. Angry Viking, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Reminding everybody in chat, they may have a Prime sub available that they can use here. Okay, should be right there, yeah. Now, before I go down to fight Andariel, I can go down to players 1. I can go down to players 3. Players 8's probably a little rough. I'll actually kill her on players 3. Try and get a few more drops if I can. Players 3 is like a real sweet spot for killing any bosses, if you can. If it takes too long, just go players 1.
Bezos money.
Bezos money. GG, thank you. And we'll grab that. Mwah! Thank you, John's Lord. We'll come back. I'm going to put these chip gems away. Put the ruby away there as well. We'll identify some stuff. Hey, 10 FCR. That's why we really go after... Oops. I also want mana per kill, so that's also really nice. And another 10 FCR piece. Perfect. This is why we're so eager to pick up all of these things. 1, they're worth money. But 2, can just be really nice to get the FCR pieces. So now we have 2 FCR pieces and a mana per kill. That's like fabulous. I'm actually pretty upset that I don't have that on my speed run. First run stealth plus those. MTG Lego! Thank you very much. We can come back, pick up some more things for money. We can go turn in the imbue. And we can actually hit an imbue as well as some other stuff. So this is where the chip gems are going to come in, right? We're level 18. We're heading into Act 2. So first things first, anything worth less than 5,000 gold I will sell here. Anything worth more than 5,000 gold I can save until Act 2 or Act 3 whenever it's, you know, worth more gold. Again, this is assuming that you are playing through the game and you actually are not sharing any gold over or anything, right? So with that, what I'm going to do now, by the way, give yourselves a clap for completing Act 1 if you didn't already. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just rinse and repeat with some shopping of cheap scepters. I'm looking for really cheap blue scepters. I can also just go to Act 2 and do this. So maybe we just do that with Drogden here. And basically I'm looking for as many divided by 3 as chip gems that I have. So I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. So I'm looking for 3 to 4 of these because they won't always roll perfect. So there's cheap, there's cheap. And here is where, wow, a lot of cheap ones. I'll go ahead and buy another just because it's so cheap. Here's where I also recommend, if you have the gold and you like you're sharing gold across and stuff, you can shop these for plus Blessed Hammer themselves. You can just literally come here and look and try and find something plus Blessed Hammer. There's 10 to energy, 2 mana per kill. So I'm going to use that in the event that none of these work. I'm also going to look for a white scepter that we can imbue. So let me find a cheap white scepter. 6,600 is a little much. I just want like a 350. There you go, 368. Wanted concentration right there, so that could be okay. But they get expensive. I'm not going to have enough gold to afford that. Let me see if this sells. Yep, 69.66. I'll also buy a belt just to increase the number of potion slots we can have. Sometimes I like to pick up gloves or boots that have like magic find on them. I'll put 10 strength in there, vitality, and we'll put on the magic find. Okay, so now we will put these over here. We will go back and we will respec. We are level 18, almost 19, and 18 is a little weak. It's really, the first level is a little rough. So being a higher level definitely helps. We'll go ahead and go up to 35 strength. I'm going to put 5 points in energy. You can do 0, 5, 10, kind of up to you. And the rest in vitality. Additionally, if you have a nice shield, if you want to go into max block, you can do that there. 18 too early for scepters or for hammers. It can be, just because level 1 hammer is not, it's like once it gets a couple levels, it's really much better, which is why I like having a couple plus blessed hammer points somewhere. So we'll go ahead and put 1 point into charge, 1 point into blessed hammer, or as many as you can. 1 point into vigor, or as many as you can. Rest into concentration, and then the rest into blessed aim after that. So this is going to give us the most kind of damage at level 18. If you're at 19, you should have 2 points concentration, 2 points vigor, 2 points blessed hammer, and the rest into blessed aim. We will set these up, put these here, and we just need to get potions. So we're going to get a lot of mana potions here. And we're going to head out, and we will go back to players 8. There's some champions. Shenry 74, thank you so much. And we'll just do some killing. Pick up some more potions. So if I was still Holy Bolt here, I would have no chance. I wouldn't be able to kill any of these mobs whatsoever. But since we're hammers, we can. And you can see, it's not like we do no damage. It's just, it doesn't feel nearly as good as once you get a couple levels in. So we have a boss right up there. That should also get us to the next level. Put that point into hammers, and we'll put the point into concentration. So you could also put it into vigor if you wanted. That would also work just fine. Okay. Perfect. You got 27 roll on your Fathom. Nice. Another boss group means more time killing. And really, when you have stuff like, you know, you've got the waypoint and things, I mean, you can come back and you can kill, A, you can kill more of these guys. B, you can go and reset, right? Every time I get a waypoint here, I can reset, come back in, kill the boss groups in the area, rinse and repeat. So you can really spend some time leveling if you want, which is really nice. I'll also grab the chainmail just for some gold. Like I talked about, can be really nice. Beetles are not bad experience if you just want to kill them, but they can be a little deadly. There's the maggot lair. We'll come back for the maggot lair later. Mostly because it's just like rough to go through. I mean, I guess we could do it now. I'd rather get the cube and try and get +1 to hammers at least before I do that. So now that we got this waypoint, I'm actually going to go back to the Dry Hills and go searching for the Halls of the Dead first. There we go. Now, Halls of the Dead really does not have much worth killing, so you can even drop to players 1 in here if you want. Kind of up to you. Level 3 might just be down there. Let's see. Nope. To the left. Okay. Like here we can see if this boss even is worth much experience. Yeah, it's okay. So the final boss is worth a little bit. But really, beyond that, and even that's not that great of experience. So we can kill there. We already have enough strength for the large shield. Okay. Sure, why not? 4 all res. Doesn't really matter much, but it gives us some increased blocking actually if we had wanted to get more into max block. Okay. I like to come back and shop because you can find things like this. 10 light res, 3 to life. Out here, that's great. 18 cold res on these gloves. My current gloves kind of do nothing. So I'm going to take 18 cold res. There's a 2-socket helm. Like, you can find a lot of nice things just from there. Additionally, we now have our cube, so we can now do these rolls. So this is how you roll it. You take a scepter or a wand or a staff or whatever weapon. You put it in the cube. I actually want to save my topaz. You mix it with 3 chip gems, and it will socket the item. And when it sockets it, it re-rolls it. Thus, these are now gaining vengeance here. That one gained nothing there. And that one gained 1 to concentration, 1 to vengeance. So we actually gain +1 to concentration just by doing that. Or I can keep the energy and mana per kill, which is pretty enticing, honestly. So it's a nice way to chance at rolling +3 to Blessed Hammers. Additionally, those are all worth money, right? So I can now sell those in Act 3 for 15,000 a pop, which gets us some extra gold, or I can sell them even later. Oh yeah, let's imbue. So because I didn't hit any plus to hammers, I'm going to imbue this. Try and hit plus to hammers here. We do not. We do get 10 FCR, 10 energy, 8 mana, which is not bad there. Again, more money. So these 3 right here are worth some money, which is nice. We've got those 2, which we can roll in the future if desired. Otherwise, we can head back here. So we will go ahead and head down into the maggot lair. Which can be very annoying. So it's going to be probably a little slow down here. Especially when you're moving in this direction to the bottom right. You're going to have to reposition a lot of times. This is not the Hammerdin's best area whatsoever. Maggot Lair is never a good time. Another point Blessed Hammer. But this character really doesn't enjoy it. So, just something to note. This is the worst area for this character, yes. For sure.
Not enough mana.
Didn't realize I had so many mana potions still. So something I like to actually do is use force move to get up closer to them, because sometimes it can be really tricky to try and like not click on them but click yourself to move forward. So if you press the E key, your character will just move and won't do anything but move, and you can move up close. Additionally, you'll see me still collecting chip gems, because 3 more chip gems is another chance to roll plus Blessed Hammers, which can be really nice. There's a ring mail, which is worth money. Plus money is also, of course, very helpful, very nice. I really want to be able to have like 60, 70k when I'm in Act 3 so I can get a teleport charges staff. So if I'm picking up armors and imbuing the scepters and rolling the scepters, getting plus skills in them. That can be a nice way to get my character boosted up. Also, the reason that I had said I'm going to keep the chip topaz, if I had an extra gem to keep, was because 3 thols and a chip topaz makes an Amrune. And I do want spirits when I get to Nightmare. So, of the ones to keep, that is the one. Okay. Yeah, Bone Necker actually kind of enjoys that area. He crushes it pretty well. Alright, that shield's not really much for us, so we'll just do that. And we'll continue buying more potions. For buying potions, I am literally left-clicking and then left-clicking again. And I'm spamming enter and left-click at the same time to buy fast. But it's pixel perfect. If you move your mouse even a tiny bit, it won't work anymore. Player's 8. And you have to, like, click again with it. So it can be annoying. Just note that. And there we go. That's another chipped gem, which means we have another chance to roll. You're having trouble finding a 4-socket sword? Yes. So generally for a 4-socket sword, your best bet, if you can't find it and you're willing to use your socket quest, is go to normal cows, get a crystal sword, broadsword, or longsword from normal cows, and socket quest it. Beyond that, you can go anywhere in Nightmare and beyond and just find it. Or if you find a white broadsword or longsword, then you can use that for the crystal sword as well. Or not crystal sword, to get 4 sockets with your socket quests. Why did they remove the ability? It's actually just a bug, I think, with the new UI. It's slightly off-centered. So whenever you click, the yes is not in an ideal spot. It's a resolution issue. There you go. Yeah, in old graphics, it's easier to do. It still hasn't been fixed. But hey, maybe by the time some people are out there watching this guided playthrough, that will no longer be an issue. And they'll have fixed it. Maybe though. Maybe they'll also have put in a bunch of new items and given us runes and to stack and made Act 6 as well. That's unfortunate. My character got stuck on top. Sometimes your character just will get like knocked or weirdly get stuck on things. If that's the case, you can just TP to town and come back. If I could add one thing, what would it be? I mean, it would have to be like stacking stuff, right? Just like such a big quality of life. Gem and rune stacking. Act 6 storyline and boss? I don't even know, man. Kill some boss group here. And some minions. Get some more experience. I just feel like that would be such a nice thing to have. Nephrune. Another point to Hammer. The rest of our points here are just going to go to Blessed Hammer until it's done. And then we'll start putting points into Vigor. And another chipped. so we'll come here. 18 fire res with 7 MF. I like fire res more than cold res. We'll go ahead and use that. We'll also go ahead and grab another one of these and roll 2 to holy fire. Unfortunate. And we'll morph that together. Technologic, what in the world? My goodness! Another 50!
I am off to bed, but here is another donut to infuse good luck into your next Hell Hardcore Pally attempt.
Thank you.
World record incoming.
I hope so. I definitely felt like we had a good chance on that last run, but I didn't play Nightmare well. I played normal really well. Nightmare, I need to figure out a little bit more about where I'm leveling there. That is a good amount of diapers right there. I mean, I just bought 2 packs of diapers. 46 bucks a piece, but they had like 120 something diapers in them. 123, I think. 130. So, okay, Moo Girl bought them technically, but I was there and I carried the boxes to the car, so. So yeah, that is 150 diapers right there, man. Kill our boss here. Also, why not? We'll come over here and kill this boss. Because in a guided playthrough, or just when you're playing the game, something that's really, really important and really nice is having levels. It'll just do a lot for you, I promise. So if you can spend a little bit of time over leveling, killing extra things. Here, get her on here. No, baby Andario. Hi, sweetheart. Mwah.
No kisses.
So cute.
Okay, Darcy has to use her restroom.
Yeah.
Come on, Darcy.
Okay. Somebody had asked, when are you respecking? Like I said, I'm respecking 18 here. If I'm playing Holy Fire, I'd probably go through the Maggot Lair as Holy Fire first, and then I would have respect. Just because it's less annoying. We can WSD to move now? It seems like it. Seems like that's the word. Do a life tap. Where else does he stream? Twitch and YouTube. Okay, there's a Ronditch. Could be nice. 9 all res. We'll take it. Dual chip gems. Also nice. Gives us some potential here. And some more. Chipped jewel. And a ring mail, sure. We'll go another point blessed hammer. We'll identify. We'll sell 10 FCR, 18 cold res. My goodness. It's lovely. And we'll go ahead and give yet another shot for hammers. Don't get it. But it is more gold at the very least. So, something. And we can sell that. We can look at some other things. 21% MF. Sure, why not? I like more magic find.
Nothing. The right potion can't cure.
Get a few more potions. More vitality. And we'll try way number 2. There's no way to know which way the arcane is. So, unfortunately. Lama RPG when? We're working on it. Who knew developing a game took so much energy and time? Nice stat. Now, the only thing I would say generally is you want to enter Act 3. Okay, second way. Before you're level 24. And the reason is for shopping. It's not necessary, but it helps. There's another topaz. Buy 20 copies and give it to your friends. Let's go! Really appreciate it. I'm hoping it is a really fun game. Generally, to get experience in tombs, anywhere from 20 to 24. So there's plenty of experience to be gained here. I can stick players 8 down here. I can go to players 1. I'm going to go to players 1. I'm pretty satisfied with our level being level 22. So. We'll be a little careful there. And just pick up some more gold. Huge! Thank you very much for the Prime sub. Reminding everybody they have a Twitch Prime available. Or at least a check for it. Interesting map. Further up. Further up. 1,000 diapers for baby and Dario. That'll last her the month. Okay. We'll go heal and get potions. Now, something as well, because we are coming up on Dario here. Money, 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 money. Chance for Frost Nova gloves are actually kind of fun. That you can do is you can actually buy some thawing potions. And before you kill Duriel, if you chug those thawing potions, they're worth 50 cold res for 30 seconds per potion that you drink. So it's a nice way to increase your cold res. Also 10 max cold res. Nice way to increase your cold res before fighting Duriel. We'll make sure we're on players 1. We will drink this, so I have 2 minutes now of an additional 50 cold res. And at level 22, we should be able to take Duriel down pretty quickly, especially with the 77 cold res we have. Not much of an issue at all. GG. Just like that. They didn't. Nix. Congratulations. You
I shall honor Tal.
get a clap. Completing act numero dos. As they say in Spain and France. We'll talk to Jurhin. We'll do a quick little TP over to fast move ourselves across the map. And you're in Act 3. How about that? Sell, 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 sell. And Lightning Res 20. 10 to energy. No FCR though. We will save it because remember FCR does come in breakpoints. So, for instance, if you go to Icy Veins, where I have all my guides, you go to, is it on Gear and Runes? Is it not on this build? This is the one build that I didn't, right? Of all of them? Okay, I need to add it in. Paladin, we'll just go to Fist of Heavens then. This should have it. Here you go, breakpoints. So, the FCR breakpoints are 0, 9, 18, 30, 48, 75, and 125. What does this mean? It means if you have 50 FCR and you gain 20% faster cast rate and go up to 70 FCR, you will not cast things any bit faster. It is not until you hit 75 that you will actually begin casting faster. So it's important to know what breakpoints you're at. Same for hit recovery, same for all the things. It's important to know what breakpoints you're at. And this is just for the Paladin, by the way. Each class has its own, though some of them share, like the Necro has this as well and stuff. But it's important to know where you're at. Because then, oh, maybe I do drop 10 FCR off because it's not giving me anything and I can get 20 more light res. In this case, my FCR should be 55 right now. So dropping 10% off would actually drop me to 45. I wouldn't be on the 48 breakpoint, and it would actually be worse for me. So I do not want to do that. Now, remember how I said we want to get to this act before level 24? The reason is I want to be shopping for a teleport staff. I don't see any gifties, unless you mean the ones at the start, in which case, yes, I did. Thank you very much, Happy. So, I want to shop for a staff that is required level 24 and has teleport charges on it. You can also gift this over from another character if you have. But I only need to check the staves that are red because those are going to be a required level that I cannot be because I'm not 24 yet. If you are already level 24, the only difference is you just have to look at all of the staves instead of just the ones that are red. Now, we are looking for teleport charges, not +2 teleport sorceress only. You will see that one more often where it says, let's see if we can find one. See, there's telekinesis charges. Very similar idea, right? 33 out of 33 charges. That is what we are looking for because we can use those. But we cannot teleport using the teleport skill granted to sorcerers only. So we'll go ahead and spend a little time shopping here. You don't have to have this, but it's beneficial. It will be very useful in a lot of different places. It can get you out of danger. It can jump you over walls. I mean, honestly, just for safety purposes, I love having it. Because there's many times where I'm like, oh, I backed myself into a corner. There's a bunch of dolls coming at me. I don't want to kill the dolls because then I'm going to die. So I just want to teleport away. Also true binary. Yep, leave it on your swap and you're good. You can also get tele charges on an amulet. You can also get tele charges on a helm with the rare, but you know, they're more rare. That's pretty rare to find. So this is your guaranteed way to find it. Now, it may take a second. Also a higher level required, exactly. Wow, binary. Disagree. Sometimes you find it on the first try. Sometimes you find it on the 10 minutes later try. But this is our fake enigma. Now, sometimes you will find it and it will be cheap, and sometimes you'll find it and it'll be crazy expensive. This is on the higher side, 120. The cheapest you'll generally find it is about 17,000. And the most expensive will be like 500,000, 600,000. But generally you're going to find it 17,000, 35,000, 65,000. So 120 is a lot. Thankfully, what did we do? But save up all of these, which got us an extra 67 grand from rolling those scepters, which gets us enough money that we can afford 120. Now, or 130. Now, if it was 300,000, 400,000, again, I could just keep resetting, trying to find another. Or even if this one was too expensive and I had time, I could do the same. Or I could just take some gold out of my shared stash if I really wanted and, you know, say, that's good enough for me. But that is, you know, a nice way. Yes, later in the game, you can also shop a tele staff and get more charges on it. That is true. And there's our jade figurine. I'll save that for later. We hit level 23, another point in Blessed Hammer. Also, Naja's Puzzler does have teleport charges, though much higher level required. But you can find that in hell there. You never use a tele staff and never will, and that's totally fine. Like I say, this is when you're doing your own playthrough of the game, you get to decide your own rules. What's fun, what's not fun for you. Does that feel like it's shortcutting too much, you know? Like I say, for me, it's nice to save some time in some small areas. I've also beaten this game thousands of times, so I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with jumping ahead a little bit. But also just for safety. It's a really great way to save yourself in some tight areas. It's also a great way to die in some areas because you teleport into a pack, so you get a little bit of everything, huh? I'm just on players 1 still right now. You can be a higher player count if you want, but I generally at this point like to wait until I go to the Flare Jungle to increase the player count again. Can't imagine blind teleporting on hardcore. Oh, I do it all the time. I also die a lot, right? So the thing about it, 1 to combat skills. Are you kidding me? Wow. Just of course on the speed run, right? Like, kill me. Or the guided playthrough and never on the speed run. Insane. That's dumb. So I will drop an FCR breakpoint, but I'll go ahead and swap out 2 of those pieces. Just drop the 1, and we will get the +1 combat skills, I guess. That's so wild. In game. Alright, more vitality. So we got the eye. And now we'll go look and see if we can get Flare Jungle, or if we're just going to go into the Great Marsh. Okay. Seeming Great Marshy, but if this connects up through, it could still go Flare Jungle. I'm guessing Great Marsh is just going to be right over there. So there could be some connection. None there and there. How about on the down? Okay. Just connects here and we'll have the Great Marsh. So that's totally fine. Can't believe we got a plus to combat. Literally all the speedruns I've done, can't find it to save my life. It's all I want right there. Plus to Paladin skills, plus to combat. So yeah, that increases our Blessed Hammer, which is really nice. More damage. Okay, and now we're in the Flare Jungle, so I'm going to go to Players 8. And the main reason is there's just a lot of damage to be had in the Flare Jungle. I mean, experience. Now, it can also be very nasty with these fire breathers, the shamans. So one thing that you can do if you have spare Rao runes is you can put them into your helm, right? I have an open slot in my helmet. I can put a Rao rune right there. It'll be really nice. Additionally, 2 open sockets. I can grab some, I could put a Rao rune into that. Or I could put a flawed diamond. Or just a regular diamond or whatever into the shield. I could put that, I have a ruby at home. Right? So, you know, this is where, like, you don't always have to save everything. Look, that's 22 additional fire res. Now I have 30 fire res just from my shield. And a chip diamond, 36 fire res, 14 all res. That was easy. Now I have 54 fire res overall. My res are just looking a lot better. Super nice. So don't be afraid to use some of the gems and jewels and whatever stuff you find, runes that you find along the way. You can always go farm some more of them if you need. And gear will be replaced. Like, I'm gonna get a spirit shield later on. But it doesn't mean I have to suffer completely until then, you know? So that's something I noticed a lot of people do is they hoard everything. Grab a chainmail for some gold, because we still will need some gold for potions. Skyrim potion syndrome. Exactly. You know, there's plenty of times where I will need it later. Plenty of times. But then I just go back and get another one. Like, I'm also going to set a TP just as a safety. Because again, we are kind of deep here without a waypoint. So if I die here, I gotta go. I guess I actually got the Flare Jungle waypoint. I forgot that. So I'd have to go decently far back. That helps us. So wherever there is the Jid bin, we can leave a TP. And we can just continue forward and go get a waypoint somewhere. Or because I have the waypoint in the Flare Jungle already, if I wanted, I could just go down into the area right now. 1 max, 13, doesn't really do anything for us. Let's grab the armor instead. And we also are now level 14, or 24, excuse me. Which means we can put on our teleport staff. We recorded our PoE 2 review, so it'll go up on YouTube probably tomorrow? Another tier rune. I will put this in my helmet as well. I really, really, really love mana per kill. Just really helps the character sustain so much. So you're gonna see me just if I can put some of that in there, I will. Oh my god. Sure, I'll grab the magic breastplate instead. A little bit more money. Now, here is, if you're looking for money as well, again, this can be a great place to get money. There's superior breastplate, that's worth some. You can find so many runes, gems, jewels, all sorts of goodies in the Lower Kurost. Highly recommended to, you know, get the waypoint here if you need any gold and just want to do that. Now, obviously in Nightmare in Hell, it's even more so. So that's really like where I'd say you want to potentially farm it more. But even in normal, you can get lots of good little things. Darn, didn't see he was cursed. So we'll look for the waypoint out here. We're also going to look for the temple that faces to the bottom left and top right orientation, as that is going to be where Serena is. Right there. And I will actually come back to fight that after I get the waypoint and do the Flare Jungle or Flare Dungeon, because I don't have enough potions right now. We'll gather our rare ring, sell things for money. Wow, we got another FCR ring with resistance. It's just lovely. Everything is really, really nice so far. Poison reds, don't care too much. We will save these. Get some more potions. Put some gold away. Now, remember, each teleport is expensive. So, if you're going to be spamming teleport charges, you're going to go broke very quickly. It'll be really difficult. So just be aware of that when you're using all your teleports. You want to kind of balance it appropriately. I know, right? If I had this fire res that last record attempt, we might have the hardcore record instead of dying. Grab a breastplate, why not? And some nice experience as well. All these guys to kill. Another breastplate. You can see now the fire damage is doing not nearly as much now. Sure.
I am overburdened.
And there's +1 pally skills, which is better than what we have. It is 55 strength though, which is the only downside. Yeah, Millibreak is here. It's just everything. Now going to 55 strength isn't horrible. But I'm going to be getting a spirit. You know what? We'll go ahead and go up to it. We'll go ahead and work towards that. Why not? Another Blessed Hammer. Put more gold away. Go back to the bazaar. I know, right, Pringles? And we'll go ahead and kill some baddies. Ethereal really drops the value. Okay. Grab Lemesson's Tome. That gets us 5 stats, which we can use to try and work towards the Millabrega. And this is where you know, can make adjustments, right? Would I normally always go to 55 strength? No. Did I do so in this case? Yeah. Why? Well, we had a reason to. So if you find a piece of gear that makes you feel like, you know what, I want to shift the build a little and try that, then go for it. What's the ladder news? They fixed a couple things actually, which was nice. And they gave us, I think, WASD. Otherwise, December 6th. Same day as PoE 2. Which, that's a tough one. Cousinor, thank you very much. I believe D2 will have WASD. They said movement skills are bindable now. Or movement directions. Sounds like it to me. It's not mandatory, just as a thing. Okay, let's see what we got here. No, D4 doesn't have WASD. Path of Exile 2 does. And it actually felt really good in PoE 2. That is a very weird place. Felt really trapped there. D4 does have WASD? Does it? They patched it in? Oh, okay. I guess they just patched it into both their games then. Another FCR ring. Crazy. And this is one of those cases where I have a staff that's worth, again, 15,000. It's the maximum in Act 3. So I'm actually just going to save it and sell it in a future act. We'll talk there. We'll get the Golden Bird, get Lamas and Stone, and go turn them both in. You actually don't have to talk to Kane, by the way. You can just completely skip him. Just go right to Alcor. You gotta attack multiple times, you'll get 5 stats, and you'll get a potion for 20 additional life. Dang, Pringles, let's go. No Infern, none of that. Now, you don't have to do players 1 on Travancore. I'm feeling pretty strong right now, so I'm going to go ahead and stick players 1. But you can definitely go down to players 8, I mean. You can definitely go down to players 1. Because it can be annoying. They can't heal each other and just be just kind of annoying in general. Okay, we'll go Slap of the Orb. And we'll kill some more dudes. Level 3. We are almost level 26, so we've really done a great job keeping our levels a little bit higher than, you know, need be. Now, if you do want to get the waypoint here, it can definitely be a decent idea. And then you can farm Mephisto multiple times, if desired. If not, also works. That's actually a pretty good map for it. I will go down to players 1 before I fight Mephisto. You could fight him on players 3 as well if you wanted, but... And I definitely could have fought him on players 3. Wow, we have a lot of damage right now because we're high level. Hey, Saigons! Everybody take a drink. We started the playthrough an hour and a half ago, maybe. So, actually pretty nice, and with us on the way to 55 strength, we could go up to 70 strength if we wanted to get the 20 faster run rock, 40 cold res. That might be a little higher than I'd like to be, but it is an option. Sell some things. In there. We'll go ahead and repair. We have used a few tele staff charges, so you can see 22,000. Grand Scepter. Lapsed Orb. Nothing on that. That'll be worth maybe a little money. We'll get another point into Blessed Hammer. I'm actually just sticking players 1 right now. If you want to go up to players 8, you can. But go back to players 1 before you get to the Plains of Despair. So you don't have to fight Isual on players 8. Because he's just a big old tank. Plus there's a bunch of souls here that could be really annoying. Player 8 souls can be scary, yeah. Normal souls aren't that scary, but they can still be a little nasty. We'll kill Mr. Isual here. And we'll go get our +2 to skills. Again, we can put these into concentration or vigor. I'll go ahead and put them into vigor. Kind of either or. It's not a big deal which one. So we could do some math and min-max it perfectly, but good enough. And vigor makes us run a little faster, so. Is whatever there. Alright, so now we're going to go around the City of the Darned. Just look for the exit here. No real good way to find it except just run around until you find it. And looks like it was right in front of us the whole time. Classic. Classic spot to be. Okay, now, we do want to do the forge here. And the main reason being, forge gives us a rune up to Amrune. And like I said before, we really want Spirit, and because we're a Paladin, this is actually the specialty, right? The Paladin has Pally shields that can get 4 sockets early, as opposed to having to wait for a Monarch shield. We can actually run dual Spirit, which is very fabulous. So that is going to be our goal later, which means we will need 2 Amrunes, an Early Nightmare, and 2 Thol runes, and 2 Tau runes, and 2 Ort runes. So if we can get that here, that would be really nice. So let's see what we get. Rao rune. Unfortunate. So you can put some gems away, save it for later. Again, do a little repair. You can see the gold cost starting to add up for sure. And head into the River of Flame, then Chaos Sanctuary here. Now, I don't really care about being player's aid in the Chaos Sanctuary. I actually find it's not that good of experience in normal. So I'm just gonna try and get through this area. And then we can kind of farm more in Act 5 if we want. But I really don't like farming in the Chaos in normal that much. Kalim's Flail, what's the final name of it? Kalim's Will. That's it. Did anything of the PoE 2 presentation remind me of D2? Maybe like the summons that kind of did. Had a cool, like, older summoner feeling. With your revives and things.
I can't carry it.
I mean, I think it'll be a solid game. I've already played some of it and had a blast.
I can't carry it.
Okay. PoE 2 will be free to play. So this is actually setting up hammers to all go through him at the same time there. So it's a way to get some extra damage in on Diablo.
Not enough mana.
And some gauntlets. Alright. That's nice. Do I prefer Pally playthrough or Source playthrough? I mean, I like them both for different reasons, you know. 1 to Vigor, 20 increased attack speed, 2 Vengeance. This is always a really fun Razor team. Slows target. Can be nice on Bale. And Frostburns, of course, with the increased max mana. So, potential. Potential right there if we want to use it. But I don't know if I'll use Frosties on this character. We're going to have a lot of mana.
Good to see you.
It's kind of, but not really, Agent. I mean, in D3, you just get like all the skills all the time and stuff. And you just like pick which ones you go through. Here, you're still having to kind of go into a build a lot more. And then you have your support gems on them and stuff. Yeah, I thought it was actually really well done. Alright, so I'm actually going to go to Players 8 here. And just kill a little bit of stuff as we go along. So if you are not level 25 yet, you will, after the Bloody Foothills, start to see some really big issues with trying to gain any experience. So if you somehow are not that level yet, go back to Act 3, Flare Jungle, and go kill stuff until you get to level 25. Once you get to level 25, you can come back and continue Act 5. Just an experience issue that does exist in the game. Hey, another Saigon's piece. Unfortunately, it's not like a great combination. Oh, there's an experience shrine there. Because the belt will just get, what, plus defense on it. And the boots will get plus attack rating. No. 50 attack rating. And when I get the third boot, or the third Saigon set, then I'll get 50% magic find. But I need the third piece for that, I believe. So, just have to wait. Magic find is great. The first point of magic find that you ever get is the most valuable point of magic find you can have. After that, every additional point is worth a little less than the previous. Which is why, you know, when you're like 600 magic find and you go to 700, there's basically no difference, right? It's just like ever so slightly increased in your true effective magic find. So that first one is worth the most, the second's worth the second most, etc. $10 MF to 50 MF is a big difference. Oh, it's a massive difference. $0 to 10, 10 to 50, really big difference. Another point in Blessed Hammer. Oh, wait, I was supposed to put those into strength. That's okay. You don't think there's diminishing returns till after 100 MF? That's not true. Every point is diminishing. Slightly more. It's an asymptotic scale from 1 to 100 effective MF. Okay. Snowdrifters can be a little spicy for sure. On players 8. But also some nice experience. And we're at a decent level, so that helps a lot. Yeah, the stun is no joke. And then mix in a couple death lords as well with it. Okay. So I'm gonna leave a waypoint there. A waypoint, a town portal. Because I want to find a waypoint so then I can go back and save Anya for 10 all res, which is massive. It's pretty crazy, Nocturnal. If there's no strafe move, it's not as crazy, but... if they ever added in being able to shoot and move, oof. Now we're really talking. Okay, let's go get the waypoint here. Yeah, moving shot would be wild.
Thanks for all the wonderful tips you've been giving me during the years, smiley face.
Thanks, Plet.
And a giant congratulations on your second child.
Mwah. Thank you. I'm gonna have a video up on YouTube tomorrow describing kind of my thoughts with the whole PoE2, a recap, all the pieces. 23 cold res, not bad. Another FCR piece, little life and mana, whatever. Okay. Oops. We can use those. Load up on mana here. Runes and Magic Find are not related at all. So more MF, less MF, it doesn't change anything there. Zero effect. Okay, back to the Crystalline Passage here. And we'll go ahead and go into the Frozen River. Again, saving Anya is extremely valuable, and I recommend it. Probably the best quest you can do. Getting free 10 all res every difficulty. We'll just get our hammers spinning. More Blessed Hammer, we'll go more strength there as well. We'll set up a safety TP, just in case. Grab that field plate. We killed most of the stuff. Pretty happy there. Okay. Perfect. Gymnasium. Thank you so much. How's it going? We'll stock up on potions because we are going to go to the Ancients. And again, we're level 29, so we're smoking at this point. I'll go down to players 1. And let us go kill the Ancients. How's your stream, Jimmy? And honestly, we could do players 8 Ancients right now. Level 29. I forgot to put those points into strength again. Like, we're gonna easy breezy through normal Ancients here. Alright, strength. Thanks, Bear. Doing 1 to Uber BTD runs. Nice. Okay, level 2. Definitely recommend getting the waypoint here. 1, just in case you wish to do more. You just want to keep farming right here before you go to Nightmare. Gonna be great. Barbecue, thank you for the Prime sub. Peso, thank you for the Prime sub. Would you say Pally's the easiest Ancients? He's definitely up there. Definitely up there as one of the easiest, but I mean, a Necromancer later on with Bone Prison's pretty sweet as well. It's okay, we'll get the Millibregas here in a second. One to Blizzard, that'll be worth some money. 5 more strength, and hey, we are ready to rock Millibregas. All these plus skills early on. And again, for this kind of character, plus skills is super nice. So, just more and more damage. Okay, we'll go ahead and repair there. You won't be Holy Fire and Bolt. But I mean, I guess you could if you wanted. Generally, you're gonna run Holy Fire or like Fist of Heavens and Bolts or whatever. Alright, I'll go down to players 1. Just because there's a bunch of Death Lords here and they suck on a high players count. And we will go to the throne here. Good luck, that. We'll go players 8 as well because, again, I do like farming the waves. Rune Scepter, nothing. I'm not running a mercenary right now. We're a high enough level that we probably could. The mercenary needs to be as well, like, over leveled and have some decent gear. So we're at the point where we could, if we wanted to, run a mercenary. But they still just die and cost gold and stuff. Kinda up to you, you know, up to the individual. Now, Nightmare. Once we can get him insight and stuff if we wanted that, then he would be even better potential. But again, just kind of personal preference. Me either, Hugo. Another point there. More vitality. We'll try Player's 8 on wave 5. That's a tough wave for it, but at level 32, kind of working. That's a tough one, though. Now, let's say, for instance, you did spawn this wave on Player's 8 accidentally and you didn't mean to, and now you're having a lot of trouble killing them and whatever. If you want, you can literally just skip them. You can just head back in here after dragging them away. Also, this poison is horrible, super poison. And then Bale will just move on. So, fun little tip for you. I'm going to go back as I was working them down. And they are worth a lot of experience on Player's 8. They're just hard. But a little hard is my middle name. Never mind. Ugh. Let's just kill Lister here and continue forward. I said never mind, chat. God. Quit talking so much about things. Big chunks of experience, yeah. I mean, yeah, we're already 33. It's great, right? And that's not even like that crazy, right? It's crazy for me because I always leave super early. Go down to Players 1, by the way, before going to Bale, or that's going to be a really long fight. But, yeah, you can kind of choose, you know, if you want to then go back and farm more Bale waves, you can keep doing that. If you just want to farm Eldritch, you can farm Eldritch Players 8. Great place to pick up some experience. If you just want to move to Nightmare, we'll have plenty of time in the tower. Picking up experience there. Ooh, Great Maul, one of my favorites. Ooh, an Eth Steel Driver. Only 160 ADD, but still sexy. Wow, Jim. It's a very cool weapon. And just like that, give yourselves the clap, everybody. You have just beaten normal and can now move on to Nightmare. So again, at this point, if you want to be a higher level, by all means, right? Do another Bale Wave, or, like I say, go to Players 8. This is one of the easiest places to farm. Just kill Eldritch. Players 8 over and over again. Super easy place to pick up some experience. Get the next level. I'll do one more. We'll go to 34, and then we'll review the character. You can also get some fun drops and things while you're doing this as well. Perfect. 34. Easy enough. So, what does our character look like right now? We are a little bit of extra strength because we had Milibregas drop. Otherwise, 5 in energy. Again, you could go 0, 5, 10, 15. Rest and vitality. Currently, I'm not running any max block, but that does become a possibility if you want now, or if you want in Nightmare sometime in Hell. You can go into a max block build. That is just available to you, right? And that's just usually like a point or a couple points in Holy Shield. Get yourself a little bit duration boost on it, because it's only 30 seconds for the first skill point in it. So you usually want to have at least a few plus skills to get it up to like 90 or 120 seconds. Jam and Blessed Hammer. Really just, you know, a little bit here and there. But just Jam and Blessed Hammer. In terms of gear, we have Milibregas. +1 pally skills. Pretty nice. 4 mana per kill. We found a +1 combat skiller. Again, really wish we had this on speedrun. Random resistance shield that we made. Stealth rune word. Fire res. Some light res. Fire res with FCR. Magic find. A little cold and light res there. And then we've got some FCR that we can swap into. Dual Saigons, Frosties, an open to open socket. This will just be gold. You know, just kind of some random things. But yeah, that does part normal. Make sure you go and snag your runes as well. Ralort Tau right there. You can snag your shield from Anya. See what she gives you. It's actually pretty close. 9 all res, 29 fire res. Just slightly worse than what we have, but it does have better block rate, you know. Put the runes away. And we're going to aim for getting Tal, Thol, Ort, Am. So that's an Ort right there. That's an Ort. So we need 2 Thols, 2 Amarins from Nightmare Countess, and then we will need a white sword. Broadsword or longsword, ideally, because those we just know in Nightmare are going to be guaranteed 4 sockets. Crystal swords, if they're from like the very beginning of Nightmare, can be 4 sockets. Or if we go through normal cows, we could get 4 sockets. Otherwise, I just go broad and long. That, and then a white Paladin shield from anywhere in Nightmare as well. So we will look for those, for white and or 4 open sockets on those, and then we can hopefully make some spirits and have some fun. Pally Spirit on the shield can be nice. Generally, we like it first because often, not because it has res, because you can get res, you can make an ancient pledge, you can do whatever, but because generally your weapon is going to have plus to pally skills or plus to blessed hammer or plus to FCR. Your weapon's generally going to have something that has a benefit in terms of your breakpoint or your damage. And so we like to just make the shield first. But totally up to you. You do what you want to do. So with that being said, that is part normal of the Hammerdin. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, YouTube. And I will see you in part Nightmare. Peace, everybody.